Hey, this is Dale Calvert. I'm getting ready to call it a night, but I wanted to make this video real quickly. The reason I'm making the video, I had a member of our team. He called. I talked to him briefly today, and he said, "Look, Dale," he said, uh, "we had a garage sale. I sold $500 worth of my old tools." He said, "I've got $500. I want to invest it in a crypto project. I'm looking for something that can give me the best returns the fastest." He said, "I'm looking for something that'll give me the best returns the fastest, and I don't care if I lose it all." And I said, "Are you sure?" And he said, "Absolutely." I said, "There's a real good chance you could lose it all, but if you're looking for something right now in the marketplace today that can give you the best returns the fastest, I can help you out." And it's beans. And I'm going to talk about beans and why I said beans. And if you've never heard of beans, you think Dale's lost his beans, and I wouldn't blame you. But guys, those of you that have been kind of staying in the loop on what we've been doing, the last several months, and the focus that we've been putting on the crypto markets. I haven't put together this in a sequential format yet that I'm comfortable with. But here's what I would tell everybody that's looking at the crypto market. Number one, first of all, don't invest in anything that I do or anything that I say. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an entrepreneur that is absolutely sold out on the concept of passive income in the crypto space, and have been studying everything I can study as hard as I can for a while, and will continue, and very excited. So here's what I would tell you: set your foundation first. And for me, what that means is you probably have a savings account. Well, I used to have a savings account. Now I have a crypto savings account. It's called Anchor Protocol. That's my savings account. You probably have an IRA. I had an IRA. Don had an IRA. My wife. Now we have crypto IRAs. Uh, my first node type investment was the one that pretty much everybody that I know in this space is using and part of and speaks highly of, and has been paying about 10% on average every single month for years, over 2 years, going on 3 years, is yield nodes. So that was kind of the base, and then from there I looked at, from a lot of research and studying, what are going to be the blue chip cryptos that I want to invest in. And of course, my number one is Bitcoin. My number two is Ethereum. And then I have a few others. And then I believe that the gaming metaverse coins are going to be the next big moves in this market. So I've got about six of those coins in that category, metaverse and gaming, that could give me 5, 10, 20, maybe 30x returns or higher. So I'm putting money into those. And then I love the, what I call the crypto appliance niche, where of course we've got our iHub Global Helium hotspot. We're building our team there, and that's just going gangbusters. It's been phenomenal, and excited about that. And that's really our main focus that brought us into this market to begin with. But then we also have uh, other uh, gizmos and gadgets, and we've got our Deeper Connect Mini hooked up, working like clockwork, creating passive income for us, crypto for us every single day. And we have some more appliances that are on their way. So that's kind of the base, okay? So, and it's taken me a while, but we've got our foundation, which is like our savings accounts, our basic investments. Then we have our blue chips, and then we have our speculative game, gaming metaverse tokens, and then our gizmos and gadgets. Now, my next move is I want to put 500 to 1,000, maybe more, depending on the project, into very speculative, high risk, but potentially very high yield node type projects. and node type projects, but really just DeFi. And so when my friend asked me and he said, Dale, I got $500, I said, look, I just put $500 today into a project. And this is what I did. This is what I would, this is something you can take a look at, and I'll give you some information to go look at. And the project was baked beans. Here's the bottom line. Most of you probably know about baked beans if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're on our email list of crypto newbies that we're working with, you probably have never heard of it. But here was my thought process. Okay, and I'm just going to walk you through my thought process. If it makes sense for you, cool. If it doesn't, don't do it. And I'm not telling you to do it anyway. $500. So I can put $500 into this project, and it's in the form of BNB, the coin BNB, and then it will pay me 8% daily. 8% daily. So that's $40 a day. Now, what I have to do, and if you invest in this, you get your investment into this protocol, and then once a day I come in and I just hit baked beans, hit the bake button, and that compounds that 40. So the next day I get 8% on $540, and so on and so forth. It compounds. And the secret to this, from everything I've researched, everything I've looked at, is you bake for 6 days and then you eat, which means you collect your rewards 1 day a week in this protocol. Everything I've read, everything I've studied, it's reinvest for 6 days, and then you take out your money. Take out your money on the 7th day. So you compound, 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 collect your rewards. But assuming that I didn't even take the time to come in and hit the rebate button, here's the way I looked at this. Okay, I'm going to make $40 profit a day on that 8% return on that $500. So in 14 days, I will have collected $560. So my $500 is back. Now, I'm not going to take it back. I'm probably going to ride this for at least 12 days, or at least until I can. My goal is once it gets to 1,000, take my original $500 out and then let the $500 just compound is what I'm going to do. But when you look at the numbers on this, $40 profit over 30 days would give you $1,200 on a $500 investment, which is unreasonable, astronomical. There's no way this can last. And that's exactly what I thought back in November when I saw it. Originally, I was going to jump into this in November, but I was still in my gizmo gadget mode, and I wasn't ready yet. I wish I had, but I didn't. But that's where my mind is right now, and this is what I was sharing with my friend. I watched this just from when it very first started, and if we look right now, there's over $14 million in this platform, in this protocol. $14 million. Okay, now eventually they're going to be paying out more than they're bringing in. Eventually. But right now, there's new people that are just joining this every single day. This thing has exploded. I've watched it explode, and I just couldn't watch it explode anymore. I had to jump in it, and I just did. But again, over $14 million. And since this started in November, there's been 15 or 20 other forks of this. Same exact protocol, same platform, different name. Maybe the numbers are slightly different. Some of them have got off the ground, most of them haven't. But this is the one that has all the liquidity, has all the money in it, that I feel like can last, a little bit longer. Now, as I say that, it may be gone before this video is ever shown to anybody. It could be gone It could already be gone. I could be sitting there recording this video and this thing could have been gone, but I doubt it. I think it's got I think it's got some time left. Is it going to be here a year from now? Probably not. Probably not. But all I really have to ask myself is, okay, in 14 days, in 28 days, uh, will it be here 30 days from now? So I'll be able to get my $500 back, my initial $500, and have some profit, double my money. Is basically what it's going to do. In 30 days, if this plays out the way it has since November, then in 30 days I will have, and if I compound, and I don't eat and in my first 30 days and just compound, which is what my plan is, then I'll be able to double my money, take my initial investment out and just compound and eat. Then I'll go into the 6 days compound, 1 day eat for as long as this plays out. That's my personal goal. So uh, I talk I give some more information and details over at cmgcrypto.com/beans. And if we pull that up, you can see we've got a lot of information here. We've got the Telegram, the Twitter, which I recommend you go read and check out before you invest in anything. If you decide that you want to do this, here's the link to join. And then a lot of you are brand new, you're newbies, you see this stuff, but it's so confusing. So we've given you 5 steps here to participate in this protocol if you want to. This is the first thing you do. You got to purchase BNB coin. Where do you do that? We give you all the information, 5 steps: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5. And again, this article, this information, we've got some more information we're going to actually be adding to this for anybody that we work with that wants to take a look at this seriously. I've got more information to add, but it'll be at cmgcrypto.com cmgcrypto.com/beans. I'll put the article below this video. So again, this whole crypto world is blowing my mind in more ways than I can even begin to try to explain to people. Being in, building teams and being involved in team building for, since I was 20 years old, and then and why did I do that? For the passive royalty income, and to realize that there's boxes that I can hook up and are have in my car that's mining crypto for me every single day, no matter where I am in the world, and all these passive income projects that are available is just really kind of mind blowing. And you can get caught up in that and see. Here's the worst thing in the world that can happen: somebody see a program like Beans, they get involved, and then 2 weeks later or a month later, it's gone, and they never built their base. They never built their base. And then they said, well, crypto's a scam. It doesn't work. I lost money. And they're gone. They're out. They'll never return. And as I listen and I read a lot about this Beans project, there's people that are already on yachts in their mind. They're already millionaires because they've invested in Beans and the other 15 other splits forks of bean that have come out, and none of these are going to last long term. It's just not. And some of them will never get off the ground. But is there a possibility right now with this protocol, because it's got over $14 million in the protocol right now? And again, I've watched this thing grow from, I remember when it hit $1 million, and then it hit 3 million, and now it's at 14 million. So for myself and my buddy, what are the odds that it's going to be here 30 days, 60 days, 90 days from now. And we have to all make that decision for ourselves. And again, you got to take you have to take responsibility for what the decisions that you make. Just because I make a decision to put 500 or 1,000 or 10,000 in a project does not mean that you should, because all of us are different. We have different risk tolerance. And this is I've got money that I'm going to use specifically for these type of high risk projects because my foundations have already been established and built, and now I'm in the high risk part of crypto. And it's going to be the fun part, I think. But anyway, guys, that's my perspective on this. I hope it might have helped somebody speak to somebody. Enjoy your beans. Enjoy your beans. I'll talk to you soon.